this episode of JPTV. This week I'm going to talk about the situation when landlords, especially let-only landlords, take rent in advance and they're not treating it as a deposit. So we have a landlord in particular who is a let-only landlord who doesn't really like to protect his deposits, and as it's purely a let-only, we can't control that. And what he generally says is that he will use that money paid up front as the last month's rent for the tenant. But this is completely and utterly against the law, and it's not what's advised at all. Any rent that is taken in advance should always be treated as a deposit and should be protected as one. So when he receives that month's rent in advance, he should then straight away be putting that in the deposit protection service. But what he's actually doing is keeping hold of that money in his own bank and then allowing the tenant to leave at the end without paying their final month's rent. And if a tenant did end up going to the court saying that their deposit wasn't protected, they would undoubtedly win. Also, the danger of doing this is if the fact that the tenant does destroy something in the property, you then don't have a deposit that's held in order to pay for the repairs and damages. But the more important fact is that you are breaking the law if you do this. So always remember that any money taken in advance that you are classing as rent in the eyes of the law will be seen as a deposit. That's all for this week, and I'll speak to you next week.